Hello and welcome to WandrinDutch and the Midweek Mix-Up podcast channel. Today we have a review for Far Cry 6, written by MarianTheMad and narrated by WandrinDutch. So let's get straight into it. So, Far Cry 6 is here, and eventually we can dig into the game and analyse it, and give our reviews and impressions of the game, detailing graphics, sound, accessibility, menu options, gameplay, story, and more, and give our verdict at the end. Right from the beginning in the menu section, I noticed something rather interesting. You're able to choose the outline for enemies and collectibles so you can spot them more easily in this vast world. Far Cry 6 also features quite an in-depth accessibility menu, which is a very welcome sight. But let's get straight into the story, and the story premise. In Yara, El Presidente started to cultivate Viviro, a plant which turned into a cure for cancer in order to sell it to the world and rebuild paradise. You got no time to waste, as from the beginning of the game you are thrown in front of a military, and you have to make a run for your life. The opening act is filled with intense action and lots of bullets spread left and right. You play as Danny Rojas, a male or female character based on what your player preference is. And for the first time in a Far Cry game, you can actually get to see your character in cutscenes or in your base of operation. The action starts in the capital of Yara, where the military start to abduct people and kill those who aren't compliant in order to work on tobacco plantations. Danny and his friend Lita are making a run to the boat, but everything goes upside down when Anton Castillo shows up to collect his son, Diego, who is hiding as an orphan boy on the boat. So Anton orders everybody on the boat to be killed, but Danny manages to survive. With a dying breath, Lita convinces Danny, following a code on her phone, which will get him to Clara, a member of the Libertad, a local rebellion faction. Danny seeks Clara for help to get away from Yara. Clara is willing to help hide Danny in exchange for his blood and bullets. This is where the story really starts to unfold. Clara then tasks you to find Juan Cortez, a former CIA spy who helped Clara build Libertad. She said Juan could help build the guerrilla. As I approached the village of Armonia, I realized military was interrogating the locals about rebel activities and to let them know if they'd seen Juan or Clara. This makes the world feel a little bit more alive. Not every soldier is on Castillo's side, however. A lot of them are corrupt, and if you pay them good, they can be a useful spy and help give you valuable intel. Get your pesos at the ready. During a mission, I was tasked to go to Vivario camp and burn it down. And in the meantime, I couldn't let the Bella Ciao song pass over my ears. It was a nice moment, giving me true rebellion experience. Next, let's discuss the weapons. While exploring the world, you can stumble upon military outposts, and inside you have the chance to find crates which can contain various weapons such as SMGs, assault rifles, and more. Or you can find materials you can use on your resolver weapons. Resolver weapons are weapons you can craft with anything you've got. For example, motorcycle engine, SMG to a disc shooter, or a silencer made out of a bean can. Your arsenal has never looked so packed and crazy. The cherry on top is the Supremo, a backpack you receive from Juan Cortez from helping him gather supplies. The backpack is full of surprises and different mods, from a rocket launcher which can send multiple rockets on a short range area to wipe out enemies, to a jetpack that releases fire around you, giving you time to regroup. With Supremo, you feel like a one-man army, ready to take down Anton Castillo. Next, the transportation. Rides are pretty unique in this game. Firstly, you can ride horses, which can help you access areas most vehicles cannot. Many of Far Cry 6 cars are based over the 1950 era. You can find cars such as Juan's 1956 Beaumont Valentina, Mercury 1951 Hudson Hornet, Lada, Chevrolet Bel Air, or the Impala. While driving, Danny can be spotted singing the songs over the radio or do karaoke. Military have their special vehicles as well, such as a tank which has 2 weapons, a high-velocity cannon which can blast any vehicle or enemy, and a minigun which can clear enemies nice and easy. Both guns have a cooldown of 20 seconds, so be careful where you point them. Now let's discuss the map and activities. The map is divided by different regions and ranks. You have to level up in order to be able to overcome the enemies in each region. While you are not engaging in combat against military, you can do activities such as treasure hunt, dominoes, or free road checkpoints, and military bases. You will never feel bored while exploring Yara. Drops and loot on the map. So you can find various drops, which you must intercept in time. When you arrive at a location, you have to find enemies guarding the drop in order to get the loot. Loot can be found in crates scattered across the map. Each crate can give you materials necessary to craft resolver weapons, or some unique weapons and clothes. Clothes have their benefit. For example, there is a pair of gloves, which can reduce the burning in case you are caught on fire, or a pair of pants that can help you gain more ammo from dead enemies. Fishing. It can be a relaxing sport, but at the same time, a challenging one. You must coordinate your movement in the opposite direction from the fish in order to catch it. You can also upgrade your fishing rod in order to be better prepared. You can catch fish such as permit, tarpon, shark, or barracuda. Hunting. You can hunt different wild animals such as boars, wolves, deer, and just like fish, you can trade them at Juan's shop on the map for materials. Cockfights. Of course, this one is highly disputed by a lot of the worldwide animal agencies, but while in the camp, you can enjoy a good old fight, but with the roosters. It's a Mortal Kombat Street Fighter style minigame where you have to fight the opponent's rooster by quick dodge attacks, prepare your attacks, and win within 2 or 3 rounds. At the end of each fight, you are rewarded with Yara pesos. Races. So, while on the map, you can find different race posters, which will lead you to different races such as skyjet races, car races, plane races, or ATV races. All of these races have in common, however, is that they are time trials, so you must get through a number of checkpoints and finish the race before the time is up. At the end of each race, you'll be rewarded. Rewards are different from race to race, so you get your engine warm and ready. Amigos. So, what Amigos are essentially little sidekicks in the form of animals. I wouldn't say cuddly, because not all of them are cuddly. There are 5 unique Amigos you can choose from to help fight through Castillo's forces. First, there is Guapo, Juan Cortez's best friend, an agile alligator who is ready for war. Next, there is Chorizo, a dachshund pup, who will help you fight by distracting enemies with an adorable face. Chicharron is the fearless of them all, a crazy rooster with a taste of blood, ready to take out any enemy coming his way. A familiar face makes a return with Boom Boom. If you played the previous installment in Far Cry franchise, then Boom needs no introduction. Human's best friend, Boom Boom, is a stealth amigo who can help you take on enemies by surprise, jumping on them when you least expect. Luso is the final amigo you can unlock in Far Cry 6. A black cat with stealth capabilities. Once he takes down an enemy, you don't need to worry about him because the body will disappear. Next, let's discuss graphics, sound, and environment. Yara is a fictional island in the heart of the Caribbean Sea based on modern-day Cuba. The place has been frozen in time, therefore the rural areas, cars, and places feel like you're thrown back into the 1970s. As I previously mentioned, the cars there are from 1950 and 1970. You can stumble upon them in-game, but what about the music? Well, the music is a collection of Latino American songs that will make you feel like home while driving the streets of Yara. The map is sectioned in regions. Each region is controlled by Anton's lieutenants, and you have to work with local rebel groups in order to free them. First, there is Isla Santuario, Madguada Valor de Oro, El Este, and Esperanza. Each region more unique than the other. While in Madrugada, you have beautiful beaches and rural areas. In El Este, you will find dense jungles ready to take you by surprise. Esperanza, the capital of Yara, which is under occupied by Anton's army. Be careful where you go from enemies or patrolling the streets with a mighty fist. Far Cry 6 has the best looking graphics in the franchise so far. That, however, you would expect. The NPCs and the graphics can truly make you feel like the world is very much alive and you live in those times. Some negatives, or cons as we like to call them. Sometimes I'm not able to get into the car that I have just spawned, or any other vehicle, so I have to respawn another car or die in order to make the glitch disappear. While driving, you may stumble upon an enemy vehicle, and if you engage in a fight, you might wake up with another 1 to 2 vehicles spawning in the next few seconds, leaving you to fight around 5 vehicles or horses with enemies. Sometimes, Amigos wouldn't spawn after you summon them. Another personal negative for me is the way that text appears on screen when you move from area to area. It seems to appear a little bit too frequent, and it kind of gets in the way and can often distract or prevent you from actually carrying out actions. For instance, if some text appears during a fight, it'll prevent you from either reloading or switching or firing a weapon, which can obviously cause quite a few issues. Verdict. Let's get to the end. So, overall, really enjoyed the game. Loved the graphics, the story. The world itself felt more alive than any other Far Cry that I've played. And some of the side missions I really enjoyed as well. The treasure hunts, each is unique. You have to use parkour abilities or grappling hooks or other equipment or solve certain puzzles in order to access these particular treasure items. So it really puts your mind to work. But I really had a great time with this iteration of Far Cry and the world of Yara. In total, putting in over 75 hours. Played both single player and at the end playing co-op. My verdict for this particular game is rated merely comparing against previous Far Cries, and I give it a 9 out of 10. I really hope you enjoyed my first review in what should be a long list of upcoming reviews for future games. This has been a review by MarianTheMad, narrated by WandrinDutch. All opinions and reviews are that of MarianTheMad, and all future reviews narrated by WandrinDutch on behalf of MarianTheMad. All opinions are to him. We hope you enjoyed this video today and the review for Far Cry 6 on the Midweek Mix-Up and WandrinDutch channel. Again, huge shout out to MarianTheMad for carrying out this review for Far Cry 6. We hope you enjoyed the video again today. If you did, please make sure to drop a like and subscribe and share this out. And if you'd like to hear more of Marian's thoughts on future titles, please drop a comment below and let us know. This is the first of many, and of course, we'll be building up his experience over time, and obviously his methods of reviewing titles. But please, have a good day, and game on.